Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for tuning in to check out some super voluminous and, most importantly, easy hairstyles for medium length hair. Speaking of, this major volume is brought to you by Pantene. You know, I love big hair, so I'm super excited to partner with them for this video. Let's go ahead and get started. First up is a simple faux curly bob. There are some crucial styling tools you'll need for this, namely hot rollers, but like any good hairstyle, you shouldn't even bother if the products you're using to prime your hair don't help give it a little extra oomph. So I started by using the silicone-free shampoo and weightless conditioner from the Pantene Pro V Sheer Volume collection, in addition to smelling amazing. Both of these are super lightweight, so it's easy to get and keep big bouncy hair. Once I've dried my hair, the heat styling starts, and I'm using hot rollers because it's the fastest and easiest way for me to make sure I'm giving my hair enough time to cool and set completely. So I start with a few pieces down the center of my head, since those are the portions that I want to make sure are completely cool for max long-lasting volume. Then I'll take similarly sized rollers and put them around the front of my face, curling away to make sure the shape I'm creating doesn't close off my face. Then I work my way to the back of my head, trying to make sure that the curlers remain parallel with the floor as I clip them in. Then, once those are all in, I will give them at least 10 minutes to cool. 15 would be even better. If you're doing this in the morning, now would be an awesome time to do your makeup. Since I already had mine done here, I'm gonna be honest, I took a break to watch some Once Upon a Time. No shame. Once you've given your hair some time to completely cool, you can start taking those curlers out. Always start from those that you put in first because those will be the coolest, and then go from there, working your way back, essentially like you did when you put them in. Now, if you're starting to feel like something went wrong and your hair looks more Shirley Temple than voluminous bombshell, don't worry. We're going to set everything with Pantene's Airspray, Stronghold Hairspray, and Finger Comb Individual Curls to fine-tune things. No surprise, this spray also smells amazing, but it also has a firm hold that provides really nice mobility. I spray this a ton throughout this tutorial, but my hair never looks or feels crunchy or stiff. If you find you have some kinks in your hair from the hot rollers, you can take a curling iron or a heated round brush to iron those out. And something else you could do at this point is if you have slightly longer hair, you find you're not getting the bob look you're going after, you could pin the longer strands underneath the exterior curls, so the curls are hiding the bobby pins, so you get that shorter length and you're kind of staying more true to the original bob style we're going after. And the last thing I do to kind of perfect the look is to apply some of that hairspray to my fingers and use that to smooth any baby hairs I have around my face. I find that I have kind of this fluffy widow's peak that is sometimes cute, but it also sometimes ruins the hairline and my part, and so if that's the case, I will just take a little bit of that on my fingers and smooth it down against the rest of my hair. Next look is kind of a cheat because it's literally just brushing your hair out and finger combing a little bit more, but it lets you use your length while still maintaining the volume to get a more 40s style wave look. Once again, give your hair a healthy spritz of that airspray and you're good to go. Seriously though, look at how much movement my hair still has after all that hairspray. And the last style is an updo, which you might think would be pointless to prep with all this volume work, but for me, it's the difference between what you see here and a style that looks like it is glued to the side of my head because it's so flat. So to start, I'm twisting one front quarter, or the front half, basically, of my hair back away from my face and securing it with a bobby pin, and then doing it again to the other side. And I'm just using my natural part as a dividing line, but you can use whatever part you are most comfortable with as a reference. Next, I take the back section of my hair that's not been wrapped up in those front twists, and I start teasing it to build body at the crown of my head so that when I tie my hair up into a ponytail holder like you'll see here, I gather it up and I try and make sure that the parts, sticking out are even. There are no kind of wild stray bumps on the loose back there. Before tying it up, tie it up. Look at how much volume that is. Then if I find that there are still some parts that are uneven, I have some wonky looking bumps, I'll take, really that's the end of a makeup brush, but you could take a hair pick or a hair comb if you have it, pull some of those out just to make sure it's all even. And then for the bun, I just take kind of the natural curl that those hot rollers created, and I curl my ponytail under, and then I secure it underneath there with a couple of bobby pins, and then to make sure the top of that bun sticks close to my head so you can't see the ponytail holder, I will use a couple more bobby pins up there to make sure it's secure, and that's it. So those are a few of my favorite easy hairstyles for Mega Volume. Don't forget you can check out the description bar below for a link to all the products I mentioned. You can order them really easily online and get them delivered. If you guys recreate these looks for the holidays, I'd love to see them, so be sure and tag me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!